Brothers and sisters, in my capacity as a social action minister who holds a degree in divinity, I have the misfortune of having to reach out to you today and ask you yet again to do something on behalf of God and Black people. There is a wicked, degenerate man by the name of Raphael Warnock who is running for the U.S. Senate. Like me, he has a master's of philosophy, a master's of divinity, and a doctorate degree. And whereas I refuse to sell out scriptures, the word of God, for money or to get a pastorate, there's nothing that this dog won't do. He's a greedy dog, a lying, greedy, apostate, blaspheming, antichrist dog. Warnock has weaseled his way from wherever he's come from into the church of Martin Luther King and Daddy King. Now, basically, the Vatican of Black Protestant Christianity is being pastored by a promosexual, apostate fraud who wants to push and promote pedophilia through the back door of the Gay Equality Act and strip us of our rights to even believe in God as we see fit. His name is Raphael Warnock. He's in the recasting yet again of another Barack Obama where everyone's excited about someone who's going to be in a high place that won't really do anything for us. This gentleman, because he's too awful to be called a pastor, Raphael Warnock, has committed from the same pulpit that folks preached against Jim Crow and lynching. Now Warnock is preaching for more gay rights in Atlanta in Martin Luther King's church. We've gone from I have a dream to I've got a scheme. Or should it be I got a man instead of I got a dream? This man, Warnock, is another Democratic Party Luciferian Trojan horse. Warnock believes that two men are equal to a man and a woman. Warnock wants to bring about legislation where you can have sex with the dead, sex with animals, that there are hundreds of genders. And he calls himself a Christian minister, and he's being pushed by the same kinds of people who can't say anything about Flint, can't say anything about Baltimore, can't say anything about Detroit, can't say anything about the south side of Chicago, can't say anything about North Dallas, can't say anything about the Ninth Ward, can't do for the homeless or poor, the victims of police brutality in Atlanta. And they got this new, well-educated, Luciferian, coon preacher. I called him a coon. I stand by it. Warnock is a joke. Warnock is an apostate. Warnock is a blasphemer. Warnock is a liar. In Ephesians, Christians are told we're supposed to expose unrighteousness, and I'm shining a light on his wicked, bald-headed self. And it's alleged he ran over his own wife's foot with the car. You know, he's going to run over Black people if he gets in the Senate and help the illegals and serve the gay agenda, his paymasters. What's Warnock doing about the AIDS crisis in Atlanta, or the septicemia, or the shingle health crisis in Atlanta? Read something from this Bible. I could care less who doesn't like it. but it describes Warnock. 1 Timothy 4. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. Warnock preaches LGBTQ and minor attracted person, or should I say he's a promosexual, where he's ushering in this garbage. We don't need a black preacher pushing gay sexuality in the center of the United States any more than we need them in a pulpit. If you've got a phone, read the notes for this program. Call down the Ebenezer church and tell them to get that dog, get that lying, dirty, greedy dog out of Martin Luther King's pulpit. If they can preach pro-pedophilia sermons now, what are they going to do? Do gay marriages in the King Center? Are folk going to hump on Dr. King's crypt? Is this what this dude wants? They've got everybody thinking the issue is the Republicans or the Democrats, or it's Trump or it's Biden. For black folks, it's about what's right, what's always been right. It's always been freedom, family, economic access, the right to your own belief, to your own body, to your own family. Warnock, like Obama, and like Kamala Harris, who's not a black woman. She's not. All of these people push filthy, degenerate agendas in the name or with their black skin as the Trojan horse that ushers in all this filth. He's talking about healthcare. You're going to need healthcare if you're having anal sex. He'll talk about healthcare, and what they want to do is give hundreds of thousands of dollars for people to get sex reassignment surgery, and yet there are millions of people who can't see a dentist or get a checkup. This is what Warnock wants. And 2 Timothy 3, it also reads, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves." They're going to be deviants. Covetous, greedy, like Warnock is. Boasters. He's boasting that he's going to make people like this LGBTQ stuff if he gets in the Senate. Proud. He's proud that he teaches something that's satanic and Luciferian in one of the most important black churches in the world. He's proud that he's pushing the LGBTQ agenda. He's proud. Blasphemers. He's lying against what our movement. We didn't march to have sex with babies. We didn't march to kill babies. We didn't march to give access to illegals for them to get DACA and we get nothing. We didn't march to be wiped out. We didn't march for affirmative action to go to someone, a man with silicone breast. We didn't march for all of that. He doesn't just blaspheme God. He blasphemes our ancestors. He blasphemes our history. He blasphemes black womanhood, black manhood, black childhood. His name is Raphael Warnock. He is a wicked man. He is a depraved man. He's a deceitful man. And he's been strategically placed for all the people. Well, if Biden should lose, there'll be another Obama-type person for them to build up, to bamboozle, and dog us all over again. We didn't get anything from Obama. We didn't get anything from Obama. We got mass incarceration from Kamala. We didn't get anything from Cory Booker. And we're not going to get anything. Warnock has promised. He's already sold his soul to the radical sodomite agenda. His name is Raphael Warnock. They're all praying. The enemies of black people want this man in the Senate. I'd rather keep a white dude who you can figure out than a deceitful, down low supporting Promosexual, help the illegals kumbaya and forget about black people. He is a scam, a fraud, a curse, a disease on our house. Have nothing to do with them. If you got people in Atlanta, tell them if you can't vote for the Republican, sit home and make a pie, but don't vote for this. How long will we continue to get messed over just because they got a D on their chest? Let me go on. Blasphemer, disobedient to parents. You know his parents don't want him teaching that screwing a kid in the butt is good. Unthankful. It's not even grateful that you're in Martin Luther King's church where you could tell the white folks throwing money at you, the little deviant ones. No. And unholy. Without natural affection. He don't love us. He was married to a woman. They got separated in 2 years. He allegedly ran over her foot with the car. How do you run over the foot of the mother of your 2 children? You suspect. You suspect. Atlanta's full of suspect, trifling, promosexual, down low, backstabbing, gay first, black never pastors. Shoot. If we're going to survive, we got to start going after our traitors to God, traitors to our women, traitors to our children, traitors to black men, traitors to manhood, traitors to what's right. And they're giving him all this play. He's promised us nothing, and he's promised everything to rich, white gays. We've already been through that. Let's start ending the careers early of folks who'd like to try to be our leaders and stab us in the back. They don't give a damn about us. Again, without natural affection. Truce breakers, it means they're liars. You can't trust them. Oh, I'm going to get y'all. If I get in, I'm going to remember y'all. No, he won't. False accusers. He says that if you don't think it's good for 2 people of the same sex to screw, you've got a problem in your mind. He says this from the pulpit in Martin Luther King's church. Where'd they find this fool? Incontinent means that she can't handle nothing. Fierce, despises of those that are good. That's Warnock, and he hates his people. We're good in the image of God. This man, it also says traitors, and he is a traitor. Traitor to his sex, traitor to the gospel, traitor to his race, traitor to the children, traitor to the men, traitor to the women, traitor to our ancestors, traitor to our history, traitor to everything. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure. Wonder why that marriage came apart so fast. Rather than lovers of God. How's he a pastor and he don't love God? Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. And I'll leave you with this. It says, from such, turn away. Turn away from Warnock. Turn away from any Democratic Party fools pushing all this garbage in our community, people pushing this stuff. This is the kind of book that Warnock has at his church in Atlanta. We don't need preachers like that. He shouldn't even be in the church. Call down to Ebenezer, tell him, make him retire. He's filth. And pray for me. I'm going down to Atlanta to confront that fool. Maybe we can get him a toupee and a new career. Or punk, or white Jesus, promosexual, traitor, coon, liar, fraudster, up in the pulpit. You can't even go to church and find anything good anymore. Anyway, that's my message. Vote against Raphael Warnock. Stay home if you can't vote for the Republicans who don't necessarily like us, but at least they're not trying to screw our kids. They're not trying to get us to put medicated Vaseline in the rectums of babies like these crazy Democrats. If we don't save our babies, if this happened on our watch, we aren't worthy of all the people who suffered for us to get this far. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring that Warnock ain't gonna get in the Senate. We ain't gonna let LGBTQ, and we're not gonna let illegals, and we're not gonna let the Democrats turn us around. This is Dr. Randy Short of Salt Ministries. Absolutely hell to the no for Warnock. I don't care if he's black. The folk that sold me in Africa are black. We're going to stop the sale. Cancel the sale. Cancel Warnock. God keep you, all my friends and followers. Get the word out. It is the worst thing that could happen to us since Obama.